What is slowly killing people without them knowing? Not moving. I made the decision back in January to stop spending every afternoon at home lying around and getting up only to go to the kitchen and graze until dinner. I'm on the treadmill for at least half an hour every day now. And this past weekend, starting Friday after work, I basically stayed outside. I walked, ran, hiked about 12 miles between Friday afternoon and last night. Have lost about 16 pounds the last 3 months or so. Body fat is hanging around 20-21% when it used to be upper 30s. If my lazy, unmotivated ass can do this, anyone can. You just have to want it. Grocery store processed food, also fast food, also alcohol, also lousy, expensive capitalist medical care controlled by insurance companies. Also, inadequate regulation of dangerous chemicals. Also, pharmaceutical companies allowed to fight their own price regulations. Also, the Republican conservatives who make all this possible and keep it in place to benefit the ultra-wealthy. In short, the ultra-wealthy and the Republican politicians they've purchased for low prices. Forever chemicals and microplastics. Phthalates and parabens are chemicals that have been linked to a number of health problems, including cancer, reproductive issues, and endocrine disruptions. Phthalates are used in many consumer products, including food, pharmaceuticals, electronics, air fresheners, food containers, and children's toys. Parabens are present in many cosmetic products, including antiperspirants, moisturizers, shampoos, conditioners, and makeup. Raw things that can slowly harm people without them realizing it, such as poor diet, lack of exercise, stress, environmental pollution, and certain chronic diseases that may develop silently over time. It's important for individuals to be mindful of their overall health and well-being and seek regular checkups with healthcare professionals to address any potential health risks. Lack of sleep. Sleep is just as important as eating right and exercising, staying active. Yet we always seem to treat it as optional compared to them. We would never brag about eating like shit for years on end or never getting off our ass. But we seem to almost take a perverse pride in not getting the sleep we need. Not enough sleep absolutely takes years off your life. Years. Sugar ... it is in everything. Not just sweets. Ketchup, spaghetti sauce, yogurt, crackers, bread, etc. I know most people understand that processed foods are bad for us, but I'm not sure they realize just how much sugar is in everything we eat. Adding it is so expensive for people to eat whole foods versus the processed mess. It should be criminal. Not necessarily slowly, but I'd say cars. Why kill slowly? Repeat carbon monoxide exposure can cause all sorts of fun problems later in life. But every time you get in a car, you're basically playing Russian roulette and people don't realize it. They're the one cause of death for young people. Anger and resentment. People that live their lives looking for reasons to get into arguments can't ever be wrong or agree with anything. Those who go around actively hating others. It doesn't seem like it, but all of those traits equate to extreme stress, which is a huge factor if you want to live a longer life. For the people in their teens to 20s I know, vaping and marijuana use. Previous studies were too small, used to imprecise measures, and didn't last long enough to detect health effects versus non-users. However, we have better data now. The more we learn, the more harmful it seems, especially on cognitive function. Stress. It leads to high blood pressure, poor diet, obesity, diabetes, and poor sleep, all of which slowly kill you over the years. Since a lot of modern-day stress is caused by work and financial instability, one could argue that today's economic conditions are indirectly killing us. Cholesterol. Get yourself checked. Make some simple lifestyle changes, like cooking with extra virgin olive oil, eating more fatty fish, and stop eating so much processed food. Walk for 20 minutes every day. Heart attacks kill way to many people in this country. Convenience. Everything being so convenient all the time is bad for you. I'm not even talking about an alternative reality, where you have to go out and kill your own meat or anything. Just do something for yourself, manually. Maybe it's fixing your washing machine. For dieting, especially sugary foods and stuff high in cholesterol. Being on cell phones 24/7. Staying in one place that once for hours at a time without realizing. The lack of sleep along with your mental health where it leads to me. You don't get enough sleep. Addicted to Coke Zero. They get angry when they cannot have Coke Zero. I have watched a Coke Zero drinker throw multiple tantrums, some of those at fast food workers because they gave diet instead of zero. Poor diet and lack of exercise. It's one. The thing they don't know what is a good diet and what is enough healthy exercise. I'm sorry, but eating country crock and standing 24 minutes a day isn't it? I know it's cliche, but smoking. I'm 22. Been smoking for 3 years and I already feel like an old man. I wake up at night to cough and then go back to sleep. People underestimate how bad it is. Loneliness. Many people ignore it by watching TV or becoming engulfed by the internet. But it can damage physical health as much as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Well, we need oxygen to live. So we are slowly oxidizing. Rust is a slow oxidation. Fire is a rapid example. So you could say we are very, very slowly burning to death. Food, specifically processed fast food and artificial sweets. Not to mention how bad fried food is for you. It affects more of your body than people realize. As someone who recently had to go on a diet for high cholesterol and blood pressure, almost every goddamn foodstuff on the market. It's been eye-opening. Excessive consumption of energy drinks. Got a buddy who's a pack-a-day smoker and drinks easily to 16 ounces. Energy drinks every day. He'll be dead by 50. The government. Constant war. Pharma profit over health. Drug wars. Police state. Taxation higher than what the Romans even charged their slaves. What the other guys are thinking. Political divide is murdering someone, either innocent unborn babies or innocent but medically endangered women. The constant bombardment from the 24-hour news cycle. Constantly being reminded of the bad things of the world, including crime, inflation, politics, micro-nanoplastics, PFAS, BPA, and other trace chemicals that find their way into nearly all the water we drink, food we eat, and air we breathe. The shit they call food in America. You got a $10 for the same quality. Healthy eggs you can get in a third world country for less than $1. Their diet and lack of minerals and nutrients. When they do get them, the other crap causes inflammation and you can't absorb the stuff you need. There's basically no way all the fragrances in everything aren't having some kind of modern home reeks like a chemical dump. The shitty processed food. And the fact that state-level governments aren't holding themselves accountable water quality in their states. Most city water are TDS rating tested at 287 ppm. 300 is considered the safety limit. A great rating is like 10 or 12. Isn't that oxygen? We can't live without it, but every breath is like an extremely tiny microscopic fire happening within us. Oxygen. Almost everybody I know that consumes oxygen eventually dies. And like nobody is making a big deal out of this. Oxygen is an incredibly corrosive element. We should be amazed that we ever live past 100 while being oxygen breathers. Poor nutrition. You can do just about anything so long as you eat right. It's the unhealthy eating habits that kill us. Food, detergent, mold, lead, cadmium, nickel, aluminum, medical system, water, head. Being alive is killing them. Fast food. People swear it's not a big deal until they're the ones with health issues over their dietary choices. Putting politics in front of everything else in your life. Like the guy who set himself on fire for Palestine. Colon cancer apparently. It's a huge issue for younger people since all our food is processed garbage. Poor diet. It seems we are constantly discovering new ways that ultra-processed foods are bad for us. Toxic friendships and relationships. Sad thing. I know it's killing me, but I'm unable to just leave. Stress. It basically exacerbates a whole host of diseases. See Dr. Gobble-mate for more on that. They are all afflicted with a terminal case of senescence. It will increase if Trump is re-elected. Better check yourself before you wreck yourself, cause big dis in your mouth are bad for your health. Excess weight, they're fine, and their blood work is all fine. Until it's not. Then it's too late. Radon. Once you know, it'll bother you. Make sure your crawl space is lined with thick plastic. Psychopath serial killers that likes to slowly torture people to death without their awareness. Me? I've slowly been adding pose and dart frogs to water supplies. It's the perfect crime. Breathing, it takes many years. But eventually the breathing kills you because it stops. According to my friend, microwaves, not the things cooking inside them. Just microwaves. Sugar, processed food, salt, carbs, tobacco, alcohol, stress, and inactivity are a few. The overconsumption of seemingly endless quantities of food into larger portion. Grim, but true undiagnosed cancer. But chill, hypochondriacs. You're probably fine. Sitting in a cheap desk chair staring at two computer monitors for 8 hours a day. Processed food, sugar and lack of 8 hours sleep all shorten your life considerably.